So today I am here with Mr. M Extreme. He's another rapper from around the way.
Baby, I'm begging for his forgiveness. Even a soldier's weakness. Been on the streets, been homeless. Lost my mind, lost focus. But I'm back to show what this man does. Back kicking up dust, making a fuss. So much music in me, I'm ready to bust. If I don't get it out, it could be dangerous. But I'm a man, I can handle this. I'ma make it this year, I promise this. Brain working when I'm not pissed. Without saying any names, you're the one I've missed. The warmth of your smile, the taste of your kiss. When I see that look in your eyes, I'm off the miss. So much to live for, I'm glad I didn't slice my wrist. I was originally born in Manchester. I've been here 23 years now in Ireland. I had a rough start from the beginning because my mum died when I was 3 and I ended up in a home. Another brother ended up in a home, but they didn't keep us together. The government in England, they ended up putting him in one home and me in a different home. So it was tough, like, it was tough. I think that's one thing that they should never do is separate family, you know. School, I couldn't concentrate on school. Then they kept moving me from home to home. So when I did get into a school, then I'd have to change school. So I could never really settle. It was like keep getting moved and, you know. I learned the hard way, you know. Some of the stuff that I've learned on the street you wouldn't learn in, you know, like life skills. The last thing I remember really about my mum was like, she put me to bed and I knew that she was going out and I wanted to go with her, but she told me she wasn't and she lied down in the bed and sort of rubbed my head till I fell asleep. And then I woke up and she was dead. Like. I never forget that day as well because my ear was ringing when it happened. I woke up with this ringing in my ear, but somebody told me when that happens, it means like the person has come to see you before they go. Mum, Matthew, I'm sorry for everything I've done wrong. I'm sorry for all the mistakes I keep making. Just please guide me, help me to be better, you know? Help me turn around this. I have a problem being on the streets. I have a problem, my own son now is in a home. That's the last thing that I wanted for my son was for him to be in a home, and now he's going through all the same stuff, you know. Everything I'm doing in life, I keep messing up. I'm sorry. Sorry for all the mistakes I made. All I want to do is make you proud. So far, I feel like I failed, you know. See you soon. I've been on the streets here in Galway for 2 years homeless, and it's quite tough, you know. It's quite tough. People get judged from being homeless because people think, oh, it's no good, or this, that and the other, or they're doing drugs, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. But some of them end up homeless for like different circumstances, you know. It's not because of that reason, you know. I was renting a house from one guy, and he told me like he was paying the landlord every week, so I was paying him every week. But when it come to the landlord, he goes, who are you, like? you have to get out of this house. And I said, I'm a tenant, I've been paying the landlord to this lad. And he says, well, I don't know about you, you know? So then he told me to go from there, like. At the night times, the weather really drops here in Ireland. It's like at 3 o'clock, that's the coldest point. So even if you try to sleep at night, you can't sleep because you'd wake up from the cold. You'd wake up freezing, shivering. Sometimes I think I'm gonna die, you know? Sometimes I actually think I'm gonna die, like, because it does be so cold, like. Streets is a lonely place too. It's very, very lonely, like. As I said, I've met a lot of people here in Galway from the streets where, you know, I'll say hello, how you doing, and I'll have a conversation with them and stuff like that. And but you know, this is not a good life, like, you know. I don't think anybody wants to be homeless. I've seen a lot of losses and a lot of deaths here as well. In this year, at least 7 people that I know died of being homeless. Some even died to the river here, drowned. Different guy is died off the bridge, found hanging there. 2 people I know shot themselves in the head with a shotgun, blow the brains out. Other people have died from overdose. So I've seen a lot of deaths. Everything after a while, it starts getting to you so bad, like, you know, where you just get tired and it's just like, I can't actually do this. I can't walk these streets anymore. I can't, I'm in a hole that I just can't seem to get out of, you know? So then you get to a point where it's like you just give up. It's just like, okay, I just can't anymore, you know, and very, very difficult to stay sober because, you know, I think a lot, like, and then it eats me up. So then I drink, and sometimes I drink so much I don't want to wake up, you know, but I always end up waking up. I took an overdose, a load of tablets and drink, and I collapsed outside Phoenix Park in Dublin, and they bring me to Blanchardstown Hospital. And I asked where am I, what happened. He said, you collapsed there, you know, so we brought you to the hospital and we bring you back, like, yeah. So you know, I said, like, why did you bring me back? For what? You're bringing me back to homeless, you're bringing me back to just walking the streets, you know? It would have been just easier just for the light to turn off. I took a rope and put it to my neck and put it to the tree, but the branch broke, you know? So it's like, I don't know, maybe there is a reason for me, or maybe, I don't know, I'm just cursed or something, you know? I can't figure it out, like, but I don't know.
It all blew in the wind like a gust. I'm standing in disgust, like the paint starting to rust. Do you see me when you put your makeup on your brush? When you look in the mirror, do you think of all the plans we discussed? Does your heart feel like it can bust? Do you look to the sky and scream what happened to us? You walked and you ignored, numerous, it came so dangerous.
We just after been travelling all night from Ireland, now we're in Wales at the moment, and we're making our way to Manchester. So it's pretty exciting because it's all coming back, you know, it's like coming back to the roots.
Fresh wounds like a cat, I had to lick my own wounds. But when I took all those tablets, it was awful. Must have been at least 50 in that handful. Don't talk to me about pain.
This is still here after all the years. I remember my sister would bring me here when we have visits. And she would get me some wrestling figures and stuff. I used to love this place as a kid. I remember when I was first coming here to this children's home, I asked what was the name of it, and they said Kilree. And as a kid, I thought, oh my God, like, you know, It was scary as a kid. Like, it was always scary changing from one home to another home. This used to be the children's home, didn't it?
I think
Years ago, Kilree, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I used to live here when I was younger.
Did
like,
you?
Yeah, I was in here, and we kind of just.
What years do you think you were? What years were you in here?
Oh, jeez, I would have been here probably from at least when I was 10. So it's like 25 years. 25 years ago at least,
right.
yeah. And I see myself now, I'm thinking just, you know, it's crazy like how much I've changed through the years and stuff. You know, somewhere inside there, like I still see the kid that was here. The last month with all the stress of being homeless and everything else, my hair is just turned white with stress, anxiety, panic, shock. It's overwhelming. It's kind of reminded me of like paint on a gate, you know, starts to rust and fades. That's one thing that I hope though doesn't happen with my music. Whether I'm here, whether I'm gone, that like my music doesn't fade. My music keeps going. Yeah, I remember all the architects. It's crazy. You know, the hallways and everything. Like. Yeah, I remember standing there just watching and waiting, and you know, the anticipation of waiting to see like the family, you know. Just coming up that drive. But the saddest part though is every time when they had to go back when the visit ended, and then watching them go then as well. You know, so that was. But yeah. The system here in Ireland, you know, something needs to be done about it, but the government don't want to do anything about it. Like, they have a place in Galway here, it's called the Fair Green Hostel, and that's beside the bus station. So I tried to go there a few times, and every time I've gone, they've said, no, it's full. Most of the time it's full. So I said, like, okay, if it's full all the time, you need to do something, maybe make a bigger place, you know, or make a second place. Because this day and age, no one should be on the street, no one should be homeless. But nobody seems to do anything. They say, yeah, you understand. Everybody understands. That's not the problem. The problem is nobody does anything. It's tough as a man being homeless, but I can imagine like how hard it is for women that is homeless and people that have children and they're homeless, you know. They should be first priority before man. But regardless, as I was saying, no one should be homeless. Well, Tommy, what's happening? Is there any rooms?
No.
Nothing?
No, it's full.
Full?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's full all the time now?
Yeah.
And still there's still other people that's coming here to the door saying they can't get in because it's full?
It's full, yeah.
And then there's how many homeless in Galway?
I don't know, 50 maybe sometimes. Depends.
50?
I don't know, I'm guessing that.
Baby, I'm begging for his forgiveness. Even a soldier's weakness. Been on the streets, been homeless. Lost my mind, lost focus. But I'm back to show what this man does. Back kicking up dust, making a fuss. So much music in me, I'm ready to bust. If I don't get it out, it could be dangerous. But I'm a man, I can handle this. I'ma make it this year, I promise this. Brain working when I'm not pissed. Without saying any names, you're the one I've missed. The warmth of your smile, the taste of your kiss. When I see that look in your eyes, I'm optimist. So much to live for, I'm glad I didn't slice my wrists.